Assalamualaikum. I am Amir Hamza EducationWala from Government College Multan. Today I have a guest AI tool
Walaikum as-
Maya. We have a discussion on the topic of the benefits of learning a new language. Hello Maya, how are
Ooh.
you?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Good to hear from you, Amir. And nice to meet your guest. Learning a new language. That's a
Maya, what
solid
motivated
topic.
you? Maya, what motivated you or people you know to start learning a new language?
That's a good question. From what I've picked up, it's usually a mix of things. Travel is a big one, wanting to actually connect with people when you're somewhere new. Sometimes it's about work, needing it for a job or to open up opportunities. But honestly, a lot of people just do it because it seems, a mental challenge, a way to expand their world a bit. I hear people talk about wanting to read books or watch films in their original language too. What about you? What's your interest?
How do you think learning a cognitive abilities like memory or and problem solving?
Ooh, that's a good one. From what I understand, it's pretty substantial. It's like constantly switching between languages kind of gives your brain a workout, strengthens your memory, improves multitasking skills, and makes you better at problem solving because you're constantly thinking in different ways. It's not just about learning words, it's about learning to think differently. People say it can even delay the onset of cognitive decline later in life. Pretty neat, huh?
In what ways can knowing multiple languages impact career opportunities?
Okay, so the obvious one is it just opens up more doors, right? More companies need people who can communicate with international clients or work in global teams, but it goes deeper than that. Being bilingual often signals to employers that you're adaptable, intelligent, and have good communication skills in general. It can give you an edge even in roles that don't specifically require another language. Plus, it can lead to opportunities in translation, interpreting, international business, tourism, the list goes on. Basically, it makes you a more valuable asset.
How does learning a new language influence culture, understanding, and empathy?
Wow, that's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about translating words. When you're also learning about the culture it comes from, the history, the values, the way people think, it forces you to see the world from a different perspective, which builds empathy. You start to understand that there's more than one way to do things, and that's pretty powerful. It can break down stereotypes and just make you a more open-minded person overall. It's like it's a
Can learning
gateway to understanding people on a deeper level. You want me to teach you a language? That's a big ask for an
Maya,
AI, but I can definitely be in the right direction.
Maya, can
All right,
learning a
cool.
new language
So,
improve
where
communication skills in your native language? And how?
absolutely. It's kind of counterintuitive. Yeah. When you really break down a new language, like studying the grammar, the sentence structure, it forces you to become more aware of how your own language works. You start noticing things you never paid attention to before. It sharpens your understanding of grammar, vocabulary, and even just how to express yourself more clearly. Plus, it encourages you to be more precise with your words. You start thinking about what just that you're saying it.
Maya, what challenges do learners face when acquiring a new language, and how can they overcome them?
Oof, plenty. First off, just the sheer amount of stuff to learn can be overwhelming. Then there's pronunciation, getting your mouth to make sounds it's not used to. Grammar can be brutal. And remembering all the vocabulary Feels impossible sometimes, but people get over it. Immersion is huge, even if it's just watching movies or listening to music in the language. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Seriously, that's how you learn. Find a language partner to practice with and break it down into smaller, manageable goals. Don't try to learn everything at once. Small steps, consistency, and a little bit of patience go a long way. What's been the biggest struggle for you so far if you've tackled another language before?
Maya, how does language learning affects travel experiences or connecting with people from different countries?
Huge difference, honestly. Like going from being a tourist to actually connecting with people on a deep level. When you can speak even a little bit of the local language, people open up way more. It shows respect and it makes interactions way more meaningful. Suddenly, you're not just seeing a place, you're experiencing it through the eyes of the people who live there. You get invited to things, you hear stories you wouldn't otherwise, you build genuine connections. Plus, it just makes navigating everyday stuff, ordering food, asking for directions, way less stressful. It transforms travel from just seeing sights into actually experiencing a culture.
Maya, what role does technology play in making language learning easier today?
Ooh, technology is a game changer. Seriously. Duolingo, Babbel, Memrise, tons of apps make it fun and accessible. Online language exchange partners are way easier to find now. And with tools like Google Translate improving all the time, you can get help with things on the fly. Plus, YouTube is full of free lessons and resources. It's just way easier to find what you need and learn at your own pace. A whole different ballgame than it used to be when it was all textbooks and expensive classes. What apps or tools have you tried, if any?
Maya, how can learning a new language boost self confidence and personal growth?
That's a really good question. It's surprisingly empowering, honestly. It takes guts to put yourself out there and try to speak a language you're not fluent in. Every time you successfully communicate, even in a small way, it's a little win for your confidence. And overcoming the challenges of learning a new language teaches you resilience and problem solving skills. It shows you that you're capable more than you thought. Broadens your perspective, opens you up to new experiences, and ultimately just makes you feel more well rounded. It's not just about the language, it's about what learning the language does for you as a person.
Maya, what role does technology play in making language learning easier today?
Whoa, getting deja vu? You just talked about that? Haha. Good. It's a good question, so no worries. Yeah, text seriously changed the game. Apps like Duolingo and Babbel make it fun. Online language exchanges are easy to find, and translation tools are getting better all the time. YouTube's full of free lessons too. It's way more accessible and flexible than it used to be. What have you been using, if anything?
In your opinion, it is more effective to learn a language in a classroom or through immersion, and why?
That's a classic debate. I lean towards immersion, honestly. A classroom can give you a solid foundation in grammar and vocabulary, sure, but immersion forces you to actually use the language in real world situations, which is where the real learning happens. You're constantly challenged to understand and respond, and you pick things up way faster. Plus, you get a feel for the culture, the nuances, the way people actually speak. So a lot messier and more challenging, but ultimately more effective in my estimation. Of course, a combination of both is ideal if you can swing it. But if I had to pick one, I'd say immersion all the way. What do you think?
Yes, you say right, but
Ah, good.
immersion is
Glad
very
we're on the same
helpful for
page.
learning languages.
Totally. It's like you're forced to swim and eventually you figure it out, you know? There's no avoiding it. So your brain just kind of adapts. It's way more effective than just studying grammar rules in a book.
Yes, thank you very much, Maya, for giving us a very information suggestions. Uh,
Yours,
Thank you. We'll meet you again.
no problem at all. Glad I could help. And definitely hit me up whenever you're up for chat. Have a good one.
Okay. Okay.